chat element to actually make a comment on the issues which are going around in print media as well as social media. It has been reported in almost all the print medias that FAZ has recruited a coach, and they have actually communicated to the ministry so that the ministry can actually consent on the coach. I did indicate to some journalists, and which I'm going to do now, our position as Minister of Sport is that, and my office, I have not received any recommendation, I've not received any correspondence from FAZ indicating to us that they have finished the process and they have settled in a coach. We need to be aware that as a professional body or as a ministry, we have got professional ethics which regulates our decisions as well as our conduct. We can only respond on correspondence which has come from FAZ. I can only make a comment on the coach once I receive correspondence from FAZ. But as I speak to you now, I've not received anything. The last time I spoke with FAZ, or the last time I received correspondence with FAZ, was last year on 1st October. I went through the incoming mail book to check probably they had brought in any letter or any correspondence. But as I speak with you, there is nothing. I also want to dispel the story which is in the mass newspaper, which is stating that FAZ came to this ministry to see the permanent secretary, and they went to the permanent secretary's office. And when I went there, I asked him to leave the office. Yesterday, I did not step my foot into the permanent secretary's office. Neither did I meet or have any interaction with any official from FAZ. And I would actually urge you media professionals to verify the stories before you carry out the story. It's very, very imperative that you don't hear the story from one side. I never met FAZ. I've never met FAZ this year. I've never discussed with FAZ anything to do with the association this year. So for them to say that they have written to me, they have engaged my office, I think that is not right. For the sake of sport in this country, I would urge all federations to work according to their constitution, according to the Act of the Sports Council of Zambia, so that we promote sport. We are all here to promote sport in this country. We are not here to engage ourselves into cheap politics or fighting. Let's build sport for the sake of Zambians. I thank you. Unless there's a question? Yes.
Regarding with the guidelines so far, are you satisfied with the process of recruitment so far?
First of all, you need to understand that I wasn't involved in the recruitment of a coach. And the only way I can ascertain or certify or authenticate the recruitment, it's by me reading the report, which FAZ hasn't done. So I cannot comment on something I've not seen. They haven't written to us or furnished me or this office with the information on how or the process they followed in recruiting the same coach. So it will be very difficult for me to comment. That's why you have noticed that I've failed to comment many times, because I have no basis of my comments. If I have to comment, what will I comment on? If you want me to make a decision on the coach, on what grounds am I going to make the decision? Because I wasn't part of the interviewing committee. So if I was not part of the interviewing committee, I can only make a comment when I read the report. But as I speak with you now, I've not received the report. So how do I make a comment? How do I engage the Attorney General? How do I engage the Minister of Finance? Because this coach will be paid by government. If the coach will be paid by government, definitely Minister of Finance should be in the know of what is happening. So how do I engage justice and finance without any correspondence? Yes.
My question is, I spoke to Mr. Kasha in the morning on phone.
Yeah.
He indicated that the documents or whatever papers we have given to the PS. Since the PS is here, maybe he can answer for himself whether he's received. Because Mr. Kasha said they deal with the PS, and the PS brings to
I don't know if the PS wants to take that one.
I think that what we should respect is that the minister has indicated, once the minister has spoken, is a policy. I will not comment. Thank you.
Did he indicate to you when he gave the PS?
I don't know.
The Vice General Secretary said the data was delivered yesterday. I'm not sure, he just mentioned it yesterday. They deal directly with you and not with the minister.
And not the minister. So why are they dragging me in these issues if they deal with the permanent secretary? Why am I being brought in the picture if the Secretary General for FAZ as well as the Vice President for FAZ have indicated that they deal with the permanent secretary? So if they deal with the permanent secretary, why are they bringing me in this picture? Why don't they mention the permanent secretary in their stories? And if you look at what you have just said now, you have said that they indicated to you that they delivered yesterday. So if they delivered yesterday to the permanent secretary, then when did I become a stumbling block? Because this is in print media, it's in Times of Zambia, it's in all print media. So if they delivered yesterday, honestly speaking, with all fairness, when did I become a stumbling block to this matter? This was done when they were giving stories to the print media, and that's the time they are claiming that they delivered the letter. The permanent secretary. So how did I become a stumbling block? I think I would urge FAZ that FAZ is a professional body which should communicate with the ministry professionally for the sake of sport. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. My name is Michael Miwa from the Daily Nation. Of course, with what is going on at the moment, you've been dragged in the mud. A lot of people have accused you of trying to frustrate FAZ to ensure that they fail. How does that make you feel as an individual? And of course, going forward, what do you think is the way forward to ensure that, well, maybe this thing comes to an end? Because it's not the first time. The last time we had FAZ apologizing after something that had gone wrong. This time again, it's you, the ministry, and of course FAZ, over the appointment of the national team coach. What do you think should be the way forward from here?
Very interesting question. I'm a bureaucratic leader who operates by the law. And my performance is judged by the way I conduct myself in relation with the law. So FAZ should just follow the laid down procedure. They know the channel of communication. FAZ is supposed to communicate with Sports Council of Zambia. Sports Council of Zambia communicates to the ministry. So if there is a laid down procedure, I think it will be prudent for FAZ to follow the laid down procedure so that we avoid finger pointing. In Bemba we say I cannot I don't want to be part of their politics. I don't want to go into their politics because FAZ is just one of the 40 federations which are registered with the Sports Council of Zambia. Our contract with FAZ is through Sports Council of Zambia. So based on that, I think it will be very important that FAZ communicates professionally according to the way it's supposed to be. I think we are done. Isn't it?
Yeah, maybe it could also tell us about the way that's going around that you are interfering in the running of football and the household reports that the students essentially reported to FIFA for alleged interference.
One of the pillars of ethics is honestness and integrity. One of the pillars of good ethics is honestness and integrity. So I've seen the letter which FAZ has written to FIFA, and the letter states that I'm trying to change their constitution to allow who they have banned from participating in the AGM. Honestly speaking, what have I done to substantiate their claim that I'm trying to change their constitution? Have I had a round table meeting with FAZ to tell them that change your constitution? Have I gone to their clubs, to their associates, to engage them to change the constitution? The answer is no. So where is the interference? Where is the interference? Me, what I think is, we have told FAZ through the relevant channels. The PS has written letters to FAZ. In fact, it's not me. The ministry has indicated that the coming elections should be free and fair, and the will of the clubs should prevail. There should never be any underhand methods in trying to circumvent or prevent others from enjoying their right of receiving free and fair elections. That's our mandate. And we write to FIFA. We write to FIFA. In fact, we ask Sports Council of Zambia to follow it to the letter. And Sports Council of Zambia to use the law and act according to the law. With these assertions and accusations, we won't relent as a ministry in making sure that there are free and fair elections in March. Many people, many of those individuals who are aspiring for these positions, they have written to us complaining. And we have engaged FAZ. Your members are writing to us. Can you solve the problems which are there? So interfering, they need to substantiate why they are saying that I'm trying to change their constitution. How do you change the constitution, by the way? The question is, how do you change by the constitution? Or can they actually tell me which club member I went to unsolicit that they should change the constitution. Any other question?
The final one for me.
Yes.
Thank you. We have seen Zambia being drawn against Tunisia in the World Cup qualifiers. My question to you is, with all the bickering between FAZ and the Ministry of Sport, your opinion, do you think Zambia can qualify for that particular tournament? And of course, the Africa Cup as well?
You need to understand that video
Yeah.
and the executive members are just individuals who are there not in perpetuity, but for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And the desire for Zambians to prevail over qualifications. And we shall qualify. Especially the World Cup, we stand a chance, we shall qualify.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think the idea was just to clarify on certain matters that were going through the media, and the minister has clarified. So I'd like to thank you once again for coming in. Thank you.